Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Spivey Show. Welcome to the Spivey Show. Go and get everybody. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Spivey Show. Welcome to the Spivey Show. Go and get everybody. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Spivey Show. Welcome to the Spivey Show. Go and get everybody. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Spivey Show. Welcome to the Spivey Show. Go and get everybody. The Spivey Show. The Spivey Show.
Yeah. What up, though? What up, though, Detroit? My name is Tommy Spivey, and welcome to another episode of the Spivey Show, y'all. Y'all know this is a show where we do live interviews with the best in the music and in the industry and in the entertainment and business world of Detroit and surrounding areas. And you can catch us each and every Wednesday at 7:30. Each and every Wednesday at 7:30. You can catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, or DetroitHotRadio.com. But not next week. You won't be able to catch us next week. That's right. The Spivey Show will be taking a break next week, and we will not be airing next week, but we will be right back, and we will be returning the following week after. So make sure y'all come right back. And as y'all can see, my co-host chair is a little empty over here today. We were supposed to get Miss Auntie Niecy Cam was supposed to be back with us today from her Stella Award weekend, but she was feeling a little bit under the weather. I guess she, did a little bit too much out there while she was traveling or something. But she's feeling a little bit under the weather, so she won't be joining us today. But I know she's watching. So get well soon, Miss Auntie Niecy Cam. But I'll be holding it down for y'all until she get back. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're gonna jump right into this thing. We want to thank my sister. She was my special guest co-host last week. She stepped right on in, so I want to thank her for stepping in and helping us out on that thing. But look, today we got another great show for y'all today, and we're back to in-person interviews. We got somebody in the house today. That's right. But we also will be continuing our new segment of Where Are They Now? We also have an exciting guest on the Zoom as well. My first guest is an American sweetheart, y'all. She's with an amazing, sweet soul voice. And I mean, she's been singing all over the world and country and everywhere. So I'm excited about having her on the show and listening to her story. Y'all give it up for Miss Summer Wolf is in the house.
Hey, how
Yeah.
y'all doing?
All right. So Miss Summer Wolf, we're gonna get right to you in 1 second. We got a few things we're gonna do, and then we're gonna come right back and hear your story. Because we have a second guest as well right here in the room, y'all. Like I said, we're getting back to our in-person interviews today. And today we got a dynamic drummer is in the house as well. Drummer and musician with a story to tell, and I'm excited to have him here. Y'all put your hands together for Mr. Darnell Randolph. Yeah, they call him the drummer boy is what they call him. He's in the house as well. So we're going to have a good time today. A great show as always. I'm excited. We're going to get right into it. But before we get into our guests, y'all know what time it is. We're going to run through our birthday blast real quick. This is the time that we just shout out birthdays to family and friends and even celebrities around the world. So I got a few birthdays actually today. I got a lot of cousins with birthdays this week. My little cousin, Carla Huffman, she's celebrating her birthday this week. My little cousin, Tony Williamson, Tony Williamson. He's celebrating his birthday this week. We got little Carl Huffman, the third. I call him June Jr. is what I call him. That's my little cousin. He's celebrating a birthday this week as well. Then we got Dearia Turner. That's my little cousin, and she's celebrating a birthday this week as well. Then my little nephew. I got a lot of birthdays this week, y'all. I told you I got a list to this week. So my little nephew, Zach, I call him Screech, but his name is Zach. Zach Spivey, his birthday is this week as well, so we'll be celebrating him. And then my cousin Jason Jones, his birthday is this week as well. Few celebrities celebrating. We got Will Ferrell, he's celebrating a birthday this week. Van Diesel, he's celebrating a birthday this week. We want to send out a heavenly birthday to Mr. Nelson Mandela. He'll be celebrating a birthday this week as well. And Miss or Mr. Wendy Williams, I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave that one alone. That was a joke. So Miss Wendy Williams is celebrating her birthday this week, and happy birthday to her. And then last but not least, Mr. Omar Epps. He's celebrating a birthday this week as well. So we want to say happy birthday to all the birthdays this week. I'm not sure what season it is. What season is this? Is it cancer season? Is it still cancer? So yeah, that's right. You got to get it, so you would know. Yeah. So we still in the cancer season. So happy birthday to all the cancers out there celebrating birthdays. So real quick, we're gonna jump off of that and get into this Tommy's topic real quick. Y'all know that's just a particular topic that I picked to talk about, discuss, that I give my experience or my opinion on. We ask that you chime in at this time, that you put some comments in the comments and give us your opinion on the Tommy's topic. And today is a good one. Of course, everybody in the world is talking about it. So of course, the Spivey Show had to talk about it. And that is, we're gonna talk about Miss Carly Russell. I think I'm saying that right. Is her name Carly? Yeah, Carly Russell. Now, I'm sure y'all know that name. I'm sure y'all know the story. But for the ones who don't, because we actually have some new evidence come out on this story today, that's even more mind-boggling. But this lady, Miss Carly Russell, had reported seeing a little baby walking on the freeway, and she called 911 and reported this baby. And supposedly, while she was looking after the baby, she got kidnapped. She got kidnapped, and for 2 days, the whole world was in a frenzy of looking for this girl. And after 2 days, she just popped up back at home. And and basically, that's all we know right now in this story. And I dug deep. Y'all know me. I do my research. So I dug deep. And apparently, she made this call about the missing baby. Then she called her family and was telling them about the baby. And then she started screaming. And then the phone went dead. When police arrived, they didn't see no missing baby, didn't see her, but they just found her car. So, but she messed up and she left her phone. So the police has their phone, and now they're saying that her search history, so y'all got to watch it about this internet. So y'all quick to run to that phone and Google and search and send a picture. And then you think just because you delete it, it's gone. But it's not. It's always in the air. It's once you put it up there, it's always there. Whether you delete it 4, 5 times, it's still there. And so they searched her search her search history, and she was searching the movie. I'm sorry, y'all, because this story is so crazy. She was searching the movie Taken. Y'all know that's a she was searching the movie Taken. Then she Googled how to take money out of a register and not get caught. She literally Googled that. Then she also Googled how much to pay for an Amber Alert. So apparently she was planning something, but we still don't know nothing. Like, the police has not come out with anything. The family has not come out with anything. We don't know what happened. The boyfriend did say he made a tweet and said that she was fighting for her life for 2 days. So I don't know. She came home, the paramedics came and got her and took her to the hospital, is all we know. So you let me know about your thoughts about this. What do you think? Do you think she really was kidnapped? Do you think this is another, what's my man from Jason Smollett? What's his name?
Just
It's whatever his name is. Is this another case of that? I mean, what? I'm not sure, but let's put some comments in the comments. Let me know what you think about our Tommy's topic today. And I mean, hopefully we'll get some answers soon. They'll say what's going on with this, because it's mind-boggling. She literally had the whole world looking for her for 2 days. So I sure hope something happened. But we're going to jump right off of that and get right to our guest, because I'm excited. And we have someone on the line already that I'm excited to talk about. My first guest, she was born in Louisiana, and she's a Southern soul and blues artist who brought you songs like Leave Me. And she also brought you songs like I'ma Let Him Hit It. Yeah, I said that. I'ma Let Him Hit It. I can't wait to talk about that one. But we got her in the house, and I'm excited. Y'all put your hands together for Miss Summer Wolf, y'all. There she is. Well, hello, Miss Summer. How are you?
how are you? You okay?
I'm doing real good, real good. And first of all, we want to just thank you for coming on the Spivey Show. We know you're a busy person, so we don't take it lightly. And we just want to thank you for joining us.
I am honored to be on the show. Anytime someone want to feature me, it's an honor anyway. So I think that's the way every artist should feel. You know, we need you guys just as much as y'all need us, you know. So
Wow. Well, we definitely appreciate you, and we definitely gonna have a good time today. We're gonna jump right into this thing because I know people want to hear the story of you. So let's go all the way from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, all the way from the start.
okay.
So how did music start for you? Like, how were you introduced into this whole music world?
Well, I started at 5 years old. I was put in a top choir in my church. And then, you know, you go from the top choir to the adult choir to the young adult choir. And
Yeah,
then when you graduate from that to the adult choir, then the senior choir, you know, you just go on there from there. But
all the way up to the
I started when I
inspirational
was
choir.
5. But
Okay.
then on the nightclub in Longview, Texas, around 12, you know, we're from 12 to 15. And I used to book LJ Elkels and a lot of artists. I used to book a lot of artists. I want to
Yeah.
just name somebody. Somebody say, "Well, you didn't call my name." But anyway, I used to book a lot of artists, and I would open up for them. But I was singing R&B, and it was like, "Why don't you get into Southern Soul?" I'm like, "You think?" They was like, "Yeah, you'll be good at it." So I tried it, and I like it.
And there it is, and here we are now. So, so you started very young, as you say, 5, and of course, like pretty much every other musician, singer, we start off in church and get that great foundation, and move on up, like you say, youth choir to young adult to adult
Yeah,
choir to inspirational choir to senior choir to band.
right, right.
So that's always a good thing to get that good church foundation. But
Yes,
let's talk about, so by 17, you were already singing in bands and right
yes,
after and then right after attending Northwestern State, you were already signed to a label. So tell us about
yes.
being that far in the game at such a young age.
Yeah, I was signed to a independent label out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, called City Track Records,
Uh-huh.
under the direction of Robert Martin. And it was fun. It was the way it happened, though, y'all. The way it happened, I happened to be singing a hook for some rappers, and we was in Alexandria, Louisiana, and some rap group forgot their DAT tape because back then it was DAT tapes, you know. So they was
I know
forgetting their
about
shit
that.
tape. Right. And so they came to the studio and they heard me singing. It was like, man, so they called the guy, Mr. Martin, and he heard me sing. He came up and visited my parents and was like, I want to sign her. And it was like, I don't know about it, but it all worked out. And I ended
Yeah.
up signing. It was a good experience. Um, it didn't last long, probably like 2 years, because I didn't know the business.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much property.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of times, a lot of us, we get into the game and, our talents gets us to places, but we don't really know the business side of it. And,
Right.
but we got to learn, sometimes we got to take some L's to learn the lesson.
That's right.
But you learned it, and I'm sure you're very well in the business aspect now.
Oh yeah. And I'm
Of
still
course.
learning though. I'm still learning.
Oh
But
yeah.
I know a lot more than I did then. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Experience, a learning experience.
Okay. And then as you rolled on in life, as we keep moving, in 2013, you became a club owner. Now tell us
Yes.
what was that like, from switching over from entertainment and then getting into the whole entrepreneur, business owner type. Tell us about that part of your life.
Well, it was kind of crazy because I was married at the time to a guy. He was kind of possessive. I was already singing in a cover band. And then he was like, I'm gonna buy you a club so you can open up, you can sing at the club, you want to leave, you know. So that it started like that.
Okay.
But little did he know, I was gonna take that and use it as a platform for other
Yeah.
things. And so
Uh-huh.
that's what I did, and it went over very well. And that's how I got started in the game. So I thank him for that much. Yeah.
So he started something he didn't even know. He planted a seed he didn't even know he was
He
blowing.
didn't even know it. Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
did things in there like Friday Night Live Blues. Tell us about the Friday Night Live Blues night that you had.
That was the every day, like Sundays was old school, and then we do Thursday ladies night. Then Fridays old school, but it was live band shows. So
Okay.
that's where LJ and TJ Hooker, a lot of other artists come in at Luster Baker. We have different people there on Friday nights. So that's how I got into the Southern Soul. Had
Yeah.
never heard of Southern Soul in 2012. And everybody was like, bring LJ Eccles. Like, who is that? Who is TK Soul? I had to Google and research and stuff like that. I'd never heard of him. And so that's how that got started. Then that's how I got into the blues. But I was opening up with R&B, singing like Jennifer Hudson, stuff like that. So
Right.
I got started by Friday Night Blues. Yes.
There it is. There it is. And you must have did very well in it, because by 2016 you were nominated for Best Female Artist and Video of the Year by the National Southern Soul Foundation. How did that feel? I know that had to be great.
It felt real good. It
Yeah.
felt real good. And it felt real good. I was like, wow, such an honor. Even if I didn't make it, it's just the idea they recognize me. You know, I'm
Yeah.
never offended when I'm not nominated. That just means I need to work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I try to work harder and harder every year to try to get the recognition that I feel like I work hard to get.
Right, right. And outside of plenty other nominations that followed that. So you're definitely doing your thing, and they're definitely acknowledging the talent that you do have. So, and speaking of the talent, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about the single. I'ma let him hit it.
I know, right? Okay.
Now you know we had to talk about that one. You have plenty
No,
of
we
top
gotta talk
hits
about
out
that
here.
because
You got plenty
yeah,
of top hits out here, but I had to bring this one up. You had a
that's
line
one of
that
my
said
favorites. Yes.
you had a line in the song that said that Hennessy got you going. So let's
Yeah,
talk about
right. And guess
the
what? I don't even drink. Never have.
song. Tell us about that song and how you came up with the name and everything.
Well, actually, LJ had produced Leave Me and he wrote it.
Uh-huh.
I wrote all of my music except for these two songs. Okay. Leave
Uh-huh.
Me was written and produced. So a DJ contacted me, Tyrone the Dunn Davis. He was like, he's a good friend of mine. He was like, Summer, this song is hot. So when you come back out, you got to come equal that or better.
Right.
So he said, you can't come out no bull crap. So you got to get on it. He said, why don't you call Omar Cunningham and let Omar write your song? So I got in touch with Omar. He wrote the first song he wrote. I'm like, man, it was a good song. I
Uh,
love the song. But singing the song is more on a Karen Wolf style.
yeah.
But she's like a great blues singer. So it was kind of like on her style. And
Mhm.
then I was like, man, that's not my style. So he wrote me another one. It's more on the R&B style. It was good too. Every
Yeah.
song he wrote was good, but I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. You
So,
gotta feel it.
right. So that fourth song he wrote is like Shake It Fast. So I went to Birmingham to record it. And then I wasn't really liking it. And I was like, okay, I just do it because he's written so many songs already.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to just do this song. But as we was recording that song after we finished, I let him hear the music to I'm gonna let him hit it. He was like, wait a minute, hold up. So I went back to my room to get ready to go home the next morning. And he said, check your email. I checked my email and that I'm letting me hear was in my inbox. And I was like, this
Wow.
is it. This is me. This is it. This is the one.
And if you haven't heard it, you need to go get it. And I'm sure that song is out on all the music, social media sites and everything, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, y'all need to go get that song titled "I'ma Let Him Hit It." It's a real nice soul southern song. It makes you. It's just good old feel good music. If you know
Thank
what I'm
you.
talking about.
I love that song. I really do. That's one
Yeah.
of my favorites.
Look, so real quick, because people probably trying to look you up right now. Won't you give them your social media of how they can contact you or follow you and see what you got going on?
Okay, on Facebook, I'm Summer Wolf. That's WOLFE, Summer
Mhm.
Wolf. And on TikTok, I'm new to TikTok. But
Okay.
I'm the real Summer Wolf on TikTok and the real Summer Wolf on Instagram. So
Instagram.
also on YouTube under Summer Wolf with the E and all digital platforms. So check
There it
me
is.
out.
There it is, y'all. You can make sure you go follow her and support her on things that she's doing because she's doing a lot. She got a lot going on. She got the big Country Soul Festival coming up. She got this Saturday, July 22nd. She got the All White Blues Bash. Let's talk about that. What's going on with the All White Blues Bash?
I'm excited about that. I do a lot of shows in the Carolinas and I really enjoy being there because the
Mhm.
people show so much love. They country like me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's always good to meet people like you because I'm not bougie at all. I don't meet strangers. So
Right.
I love being around their energy. Yeah, I
Good.
love being around country folks. They get the best love. Yeah, but the blues, the all white bash is this Saturday. It's gonna be me, Get a Cowboy, Mr. Do Right Man, and D Mastro.
Yeah,
So if you're close by, you need to come on and check us out. It's gonna be a good show.
I'm sure it will be. We had Ghetto Cowboy on the show actually a couple of weeks ago, and
I love him.
he's a ball of energy there
Oh
too.
my
So
God.
yeah, so
He's
we
the last of a dying breed, really.
well, I'm sure that's going to be a great event, and I'm sure you guys are going to turn it out over there. So look, what's next for you, Miss Summer? Like, are you working on any new music, or is there anything we should be looking
Yes,
for or waiting on?
I'm working on
Yeah,
new
tell us about it.
music. I'm working on new music. I got D Ford. Shout out to D Ford. He's my producer. And I just got a slamming track from him. Actually, I started writing on it yesterday. I haven't named it yet, but it's really nice.
All right.
Yes, I can't wait.
Oh,
And in fact,
wow.
he produced the track Fire. I wrote it, but he produced it. Yes.
Okay. Well, look, we'll definitely be waiting on that. And once you get that together, you got to come right back on the Spivey Show and give us that exclusive. Let us hear it.
I would love
to.
I would love to.
Yeah. Definitely. Look, real quick. So what we do with every guest when they come on, we ask them to leave one little nugget of advice to maybe an upcoming entertainer or singer that may be watching right now. If you can just leave one nugget of advice, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to stay focused, tunnel vision. Don't let anyone tell you you're not good enough and you can't do it, because you can do it. Once you put your mind to it, you can do it. But there's going to be a lot of people that's going to doubt you. Mm-hmm. You got to stay believing in yourself. And I always tell artists this too. Don't focus on what somebody else is doing. Like a lot of people go on other artists' page and see what they're doing. Because it's going to make you mad. If you go on there and you're not doing anything and they're doing everything, stay focused. Stay focused. Before you know it, you'll be doing just as well as them or better, So you got to stay focused, tunnel vision, and keep your eye on the prize. I tell them that all the time.
There it is. And that's pretty much the best advice that you can get. You definitely got to stay focused, stay in your lane. And like I say, we ask every guest, so we pretty much hear the same thing around the same lines, to stay true to yourself, stay focused and things of that nature. So if you're out there listening, that's definitely part of the recipe.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So look, real quick, we definitely want to just take this time to thank you once again for coming on to the Spivey Show. We definitely had a good time hearing your story. But one last thing that we do is what we call a Tyus time. And what that is my cameraman, Mr. William Tyus back there, he's also an artist and he draws pictures of people. So what we did is we had him draw a picture of you, and here's a picture that he drew of you. Can you run that, Miss Andrea?
I love it.
Yeah.
Come on now. I love it.
Yeah, Mr. William
Tyus, I love that.
Cameraman. And we can have that emailed over to you just so you can have it for your own. Yeah. So once again, we want to thank you once again for coming on to the Spivey Show. We definitely had a great time with you. And you're more than welcome to come back at any time. You're always welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be in Detroit with Mr. Smiley doing my thing.
Yeah. Thank you. We definitely happy to have you here, man. But once again, y'all put your hands together for the one and only Miss Summer.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, there it is, y'all. Well, that's one down, y'all. One to go. I definitely had a good time with Miss Summer Wolf, and she's definitely a great person and a great singer. You guys got to go look up some of her music, man. I've been researching her music. And she has some great music out here. So you guys got to go support her, look her up and follow her and see what she got going on. And just go support her. She's doing her thing out here, y'all. So, but we're going to jump into our next guest because my second guest here, let me see, I done put all my papers up. Here we go. Pull them back out here. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here. All right, yeah. So we got our in-person guest. We're back to in-person now, y'all. Y'all know we ain't had in person for a while. We've been doing the Where Are They Now segment. So we got in person in the house, and I'm excited about the guy that's in here today. My next guest here, man, he's a fantastic drummer, man, doing his thing all over the world, man. And I'm excited to hear his story as well. Y'all put your hands together for none other than Mr. Darnell Randolph. I'm sorry, I done lost my I was looking for my cards, man. I'm sorry, man. There we go. I ain't got my co-host with me today, so
Yeah, what up?
that's right. That's right. I ain't got my co-host with me today, man, so I'm a little thrown off up here today.
I see, man. I see.
But what's going on, Miss Darnell? How are you, man?
Not much, man. It's a pleasure to be here with you, bro.
Man, definitely glad to have you here, man. It took us a couple of weeks to get you here, man, but we finally got you in here, and I'm excited to have you, man.
Same here, man. I'm excited to be here with you, man. I appreciate the opportunity to come here.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna jump right into this thing, man. Like just like with Miss Summer Wolf, we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning. Let's start it from the start. So when did drumming start for you, man? When were you introduced to them drums?
Like Miss Wolf said,
Yeah.
it started at church.
Of course.
Grandma wasn't playing it. We had to be to church every Sunday.
That's right.
So then got old enough. Moms and pops put me in church choir, like you say, the kids choir,
Yeah.
then youth choir,
Right.
then the mass choir.
Exactly.
Then you got the citywide choir.
You
and
already
stuff
know it.
like that. So I was intrigued, a lot by music by my father. He used to DJ,
Okay.
and so a lot of music just stuck with me all the time.
Wow.
And they saw that I was beating on pots and pans at grandma's house, and took the old Pepsi bottles and the 45 records. Those are my cymbals,
Mhm.
and I used my knee was the bass drum and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So they bought me a Mickey Mouse drum set.
There it is.
Tore it up at 5, 6 years old. Then they bought me a real one.
Yep.
And then it went from there. I started playing. Then I self-taught.
Hmm.
Didn't have no lessons. My father used to always play like Lou Rawls, Al
Yeah.
Green, Parliament, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, different genres of music. And I stuck with it. And then after that, I just took off. Then I started playing at church
Mhm.
for the youth choir. And then got to junior high, played in junior high, first chair all 3 years.
There it is.
Got to high school, was a drum captain all the years, and senior year was drum major. And I was like, I like playing drums.
Yeah.
That's what I was known for. And everybody know me for carrying my drumsticks around everywhere I went, every class, everywhere I went,
Right.
beating on tables and whatnot.
Wow.
And then I wanted to go to Grambling State,
Yeah.
because a lot of the alumni in my school went to Grambling State. And what I was told, Grambling was scouting me since I was in the 9th grade.
Wow.
Kind of like the what's that movie?
Drumline.
There you go.
There it is.
So, but I can read music though.
Right.
Everybody used to be like, "Hey man, that was you back in high school, dog."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I had a lot of guys that I used to look up to growing up playing drums, like Keith Bubby Webb and
Mhm.
his father, Pops,
Okay.
and Pop Hooker Pops,
Right.
and also Alan Rouse, rest his soul. It's just a number of guys from Pontiac, because I'm from Pontiac, Michigan.
Okay.
And everybody in Detroit thought I was from Detroit. I'm
Right,
like, no, I'm
right.
from Pontiac.
Right. Well,
And
it's
so-
all Michigan. We all.
yeah, we all Michigan, And after high school, my high school, they messed me up. I was not graduating with my class,
Oh wow. Okay.
and they told me that didn't make your credits. And come to find out, I was over my credit limit. I could have graduated in January of my senior year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I lost my scholarship to Grambling, and I was down and out about it. Then I went back to school the following year. Then the counselor called me in the office and said, "Hey, what you doing here?" I said, "I'm here to get my diploma. I don't want no GED."
Right.
And he was like, well, turned the screen around. I was like, "You ain't supposed to be here right now."
Wow.
And then that's when he gave me the news. He's like, "Turn your books in and see here. And if you want to walk across the stage, you can."
Wow.
So I had to walk across the stage with the following class after me,
Right.
but they still considered me the class of 95.
Gotcha.
And after that, I didn't have the desire to play drums no more. And then I just stopped completely, totally didn't want to do nothing. I just listened to music and enjoyed it, and just stayed up on it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until 2004.
Mhm.
My daughter was born in 2003.
Right.
Hi, Amari. My daughter was born.
Tell her hi again. Make sure she heard you. Man.
Hi, Amari. So my daughter was born in 2003. In 2004, she picked up a pair of my old drumsticks and was constantly playing with them and was tapping on beats.
Just repeat.
And so, I'm like, oh, it's passing down the bloodline. So, my daughter's mother, she was like, "Hey, you need to buy a drum set, teach your daughter how to play the drums. She could be the next Sheila E." So, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Sheila E, something different.
Right.
So then I went and bought a drum set, and I started practicing and playing. And I knew a friend of mine, she was background singer for a band in Pontiac called New Identity. And after that, I got with Tony Jefferson, New Strategy. Then I was playing with him for so many years, and then
Caught that bug again.
And then I said, you know what? I need to get some chops. I knew how to play, but I didn't have the chops.
Yeah.
So I went around and I used to go to the Limits, Caesar Real, and Bam.
Yeah. Ooh, you done brought something up with the Limit now.
Man, bruh.
Yeah.
My cousin Will, he introduced me to that place, man. And I was going there. And so I got familiar with a lot of Detroit musicians there. And this is like back in 2005 or something like that.
3 and 4, yeah.
Man, and next thing you know, I said, I got to get like that, man. I'm playing smooth jazz, but because I always like jazz and R&B, everything. But when I seen how them cats was playing, I was like, that's a big influence on me.
And Mr. Derek Sorrell, we definitely had him on the show. That's one of my partners. He was up there rocking the Limit every week. So
him and Bam?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Davis, yeah.
And next thing you know, I just got to playing more with Tony Jefferson, like I said, the New Strategy Jazz Band. And I said, you know what? I want to play R&B. So I was gone for a while, and then came back home, and then I started playing drums again.
Yeah.
And somebody told me, hey, you need to go check out Love and Life and go to the jam session on Sundays.
Yeah.
And that's when I first saw you.
Okay.
I saw you come up in there. I'm like, I said, these some dope musicians, but I need to get on my chops.
Wow.
But so then I was still playing, and I was playing with different bands besides Tony. Mike Hicks picked me up and did some gigs with him, and other cats. It was just a whole lot of fun for me.
And that's usually how it goes. Once you get going to them jam sections, man, you really get to start getting picked up. And but I'm gonna kind of slow you down real quick for a second, because number one, we have similar stories. I didn't notice how similar our stories is, because a lot of people don't know because they see me on keys now. But I started off as a drummer. I was a drummer first.
I heard.
And that's right.
I seen that. They was like when you came up to see us play at the office.
Yeah.
And they was like, hey man, that's Spivey. I know who he is. He played the keys, man. They're like, no, he played the drums too. Right. I said, yeah, right. I said, call him up here, man. And you got down the drums. He's like, am I good?
Right.
I'm like, do whatever you need to do, bro. You break it, you buy it.
And so, and what's the crazy part is, my father was a DJ, and he played music all around the house as well. I started off with the pots and pans, and my mother decided to buy me a drum set as well. So I'm just listening to your story like, wow, we have similar stories, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say you had a great foundation. I was self-taught just like as well as you. Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about that marching band, because I heard you bring that up, man. And a lot of people don't have to get a chance to get that experience. I was a drummer as well, first chair.
Yep.
I played the quints and the quads. I played snares.
Everything.
So, but a lot of people don't get that experience. Tell us about that experience, about that marching band.
Well, first of all, I didn't know nothing about no tritones or quads.
Yeah.
I just knew snare, tenor drum, cymbals, bass.
Yeah.
And when I got to Pontiac Northern, everybody, my cousin was the drum major, the lead turner, and he was like, we're gonna put him on tries. So, upperclassmen like, who is this little dude?
Right.
Man? I'm a skinny little dude, 9th grade freshman.
Same.
I'm just trying to, see what's going on, what's happening. And next thing you know, I got on the tritones, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Wow. They're like, just play. So they got to playing a little beat. Then so first thing came to my mind was Sheila E.
Yeah.
So then, they go there playing. And I'm just playing. So then they see my speed, they're like, doing all the stuff, tritones and quads. So they're like, hey man, he playing the tries, man. And then the upperclassman dude like, hey man, he ain't playing nothing. We're gonna have to battle for this. I said, battle? What's battle? I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Right.
And next thing you know, I got to plan in my very first homecoming game, 9th grade freshman year. Yeah. A lot of alumni were there. Willie Carey, Charles Hopkins, Keith Bubby Webb, Joe Green, and they all saw me. And it's like, that boy right there got discipline, and he know what he's doing. Yeah. But little did I know, I'm just having fun.
You just freestyle.
I'm just having fun. Right. I'm learning from some of the, the best, just watching. But I take what they got, and then I put my own twist on it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to sound like another drummer. Nope. You want to have your own style, your own flavor. At all times. You got to always remember that one.
Yeah. Gotta have that one.
That one. And, I got lost track with that a lot of times playing on the set. And then, my boy T. Wash.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, the one.
T gonna tell you. That's for sure. We had him on the show as well, man. T gonna
I
tell
saw
you,
that
man.
interview. I was cracking up.
Well, look, speaking of T, man, let's talk about your Thursday nights and playing with the Polyester Players, man. Tell us about that.
Polyester Players came about years ago at Love and Life.
Okay.
Daryl, who was owning the place, we was up there doing jam sessions, and so one night he asked me and Corey Taylor to put a band together because he wanted to do a grand opening.
Yeah.
So me and Corey was putting our heads together. We're like, man, who could we get? And I said, well, you know, I can only lock with T. Wash on bass.
Right.
He's like, I'm gonna contact Eric Pruitt on keys.
There it is.
And I said, okay, what else we need? He said, let's get Bone, you know, from WeBone.
Okay.
And I said, let's put him on guitar. So okay, we did that.
Well, that's an all-star team right there, brother.
And we did 2 Friday nights in a row. Everybody was loving us. So this is like around I want to say Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So we did the grand opening for Daryl, and next thing you know, the guy from the Turkey Grill who owned the Turkey Grill, he was like, "Hey, what's the name of the band?" You know, everybody clapping their hands. Yeah, what's the name of your band? So I'm the last one to walk off the stage, and I'm goofy. So
Right.
you know, they like, say something, Darnell, say something. So, you know, I got on there. The name of the band is the Polyester Players. We're kicking off your Throw Your Panties on the Stage tour, and catch us live here every week or every other Friday. And the name stuck.
Wow.
And then next thing you know, they was like, hey, man, you know, I need the Polyester Players at my event,
Wow.
my Christmas event. So then we started doing events, you know, for certain people, and, you know, genres of different music playing there.
Yeah.
And then people in Pontiac start recognizing us, start playing, playing there. And then next thing you know, every band got troubles,
Of course,
with musicians.
Of course.
And then, you know, everybody we had this gig going on over there, that gig going over there. So it's like, we can't get no gigs if we don't have the core band.
Exactly.
And it was just tiring trying to call this person, that person, that person. But thankfully that I was blessed to know quite a few musicians that always was willing to fill in. They said, call me anytime, such as Robert Organ Face and Kill Bill on bass.
I'm about to make sure I get my number in your Rolodex.
Yes, yes, please do, for real, seriously. And Jeff Campbell on keys, and who was that? Gosh, I don't want to miss nobody because they were some good musicians. Ike Pippin.
That's my man. That's a great musician right there.
And of course, Twan Green.
My man, that's my family right there. We actually just did a gig yesterday on the news together.
I saw y'all.
Yeah, so that's my man.
And then and now for our singers, Corey, when he couldn't make us, Corey, he had a stringer schedule with him doing the corporate gigs.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Corey.
Right. I got to get you on the show too, Corey. Where you at, man?
Right. He world star renowned.
Yeah, I got to get him on here.
So
come give us some more of them likes on my show, man. I need you on here, Corey.
Right. And then we had so when Corey couldn't make it, then our homeboy Keith Patterson would fill in.
There it is.
Keith Patterson couldn't fill in.
Another great singer.
CJ
would
come in.
That's my family.
And we had a Soul Deacon.
Okay,
and do some stuff with us.
Y'all had some singers then.
Yeah, and then we was like, we need a female singer.
There it is.
And then that's when Nissa came along. Shout out to Nissa.
Miss Nissa, that's my baby.
Man, the to-be queen.
Yeah.
She go get mad, but I call her a praise dancer every time I introduce her. Like, give it up for my praise dancer, AKA singer,
That's my baby. She's been on the show as well. We've done a lot of work together as well. So
so I don't like to forget nobody when, when I'm talking about the band stuff, whatever, because I came a long way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't have to accept me. And, like I say, especially the people that keep me working, such as Tony Jefferson, Mike Hicks, and got to give a big shout out to my man, David Brandon.
There it is.
For he always calls me whenever he goes out of town. He's like, David Brandon with that voice.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, man, come on. I know you got to be busy. Are you busy this weekend? I'm like, no, man.
I get them saying, calling, hey, it's Spivey. What's up, man? You working this Sunday? I got to get that. Hey, I'm actually just was talking with David. We're going to schedule him a day on the show as well, man. So got to get him on there.
Shout out to Dave Brandon, the All-Stars.
And the All-Stars on Sundays. There it is.
I love them cats, man. I'm just a humble man, humble drummer from Pontiac. Like I said, I appreciate any opportunity that I can get to, express not only music, but, just a gift that, that God has given me for, to play and be able to do things with certain musicians or anybody. Right.
Well, man, it's a great thing, man. You're definitely a dynamic drummer, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
With a strong pocket, and that's always my thing. You got a strong pocket.
That's
I
what
love
everybody
it, so,
say. One dude came to me and told me, "Hey man, you need some lint in your pocket, dog." I'm like, "Huh?" He said, "You need some lint in your pocket." I said, "What does that mean, man?" He's like, "You got a strong pocket, man. I like that." I'm like,
Man,
"Wait,
that pocket, yeah, it's tight, man. For keyboard players alone, they love that. So,
man."
so keep doing your thing, man,
I'm gonna try.
and I'm sure people are probably trying to look you up now. So go ahead and give them your social media so they could contact you and see what you got going on, man.
Well, right now, my name is Darnell Randolph. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram as a drummer boy. I'm also on TikTok as drummer boy. Pay attention to the silly videos because I got quite a few silly videos.
Yes,
little
you
reels.
do. I've been watching them. Yes.
That was when I was bored, man. You know, off in the off season from work. You know,
Right.
because I do construction by day, music by night.
Right.
And man, when I tell you that's a hectic thing to do, get up at 5 a.m, be out in the sun all day doing construction. Then you got a gig at like 7. You got to get off work,
go straight,
shower, and then load equipment. And I tell everybody, I said, I don't get paid for playing. I get paid for loading and unloading.
Same here, brother. I just made that comment earlier after the news show. We were packing up all our stuff, and you know, I said, man, this is what they paid me for. I'd have played for free.
Pretty much, right. We doing what we love, man.
But this right here is what you paid me for packing all this stuff back up.
Oh, you got it easy. You just got the keyboard and speaker, and that's it.
And you know what? So let me tell you a story about that. So number one, I kind of slid into keyboards because of that. I'm like, man, there's so much equipment being a drummer. You know, you got to carry so much stuff in. Yeah. You know, when I first began, I was a starter, so I had a keyboard about this size and a little baby amp.
Right. So you just told
I was but now I done got advanced. 2 keyboards, 2 stands, 2 speakers.
Right.
You know, I'm just carrying just as much equipment as I was as a drummer. So it's
and the bass players, they just got it so
easy. Man, I hate bass players. Scotty, he's like this.
And that's it. Put it on the rack and
see you, Spivey.
Right.
I'm like, man, I still got 30 more minutes of packing up, and you go.
And don't bring your sound system. You got to bring the sound system.
Yeah.
You got
that's a whole nother story
and all that other stuff, man.
That's a whole nother story. But look, man, definitely want to thank you for coming out and giving us your story, man. I had to have you on the show. We had your whole band on here, man. I said we gotta get the drummer on here. What's going on?
I was like, when is gonna be my turn, man? I feel like Little Richard.
Well, look, man, you definitely had your turn, and we definitely happy to have you here and share your story with us, man. Real quick, we ask every guest to just leave a nugget of advice to maybe an upcoming drummer that might be watching out there, man. Give them just a little nugget of advice that you could leave them with.
Any up-and-coming drummer out there, for me, I would say always keep going. Don't let nobody tell you what you can do. And just because you see another drummer that's way fancier and more choppier, don't mean that you can't do it. But at the same token, though, you can practice to get to where they are. And also always have faith. Have faith in God and have faith in yourself and ability to play, because you were blessed with the gift. And especially do not give up. It was so many times that I wanted to give up, but I didn't.
Yep.
And thankfully I got good friends and good support system and good family members that always told me to keep going. So I'm still doing it to this day, and I'm going to never stop. And then especially with my daughters, Amari and Misa, and I want to thank them for always being positive with me and believing in me.
There it is, y'all. So there it is, man. Never give up. We hear that so many times. Never give up, never give up. But the most important thing he said was have that faith. When you have that faith and you trust in God, everything is wrong. You know, we believe in God on the Spivey Show, so we don't mind talking about Jesus on the Spivey Show.
Yes, we can't do nothing without him.
There it is. So look, man, real quick, once again, just like we did with Miss Summer, we also have Tyus Time. It's Tyus Time for you. And what that means is my cameraman back there, he's an artist, and he draws pictures of each and every one of our guests. And here's the one he drew of you. There it is. Yeah,
that's good.
There you go. There, right there from the Spivey Show,
okay,
brother.
there.
Yeah.
Man, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Right from the Spivey Show, man. That's
Oh,
Mr.
good.
William Tyus back there, our cameraman
Hey,
and
cameraman, I'm gonna have to
artist.
get your number, man. You got to do a picture of my daughters.
Look, there it is. There it is. So look, so before you get up out of here, we haven't done this in so long. It's time to wrap it up. This is my favorite part of the show, man, and I'm so happy to be able to do it today because we haven't been able to do it over the Zoom, but we back to in person, and guess what? It's time to wrap this thing up. And if y'all know what time it is, if you're a fan of the Spivey Show, y'all know what that means. It's time to make our beat. It's time to rap. I'm gonna give you an old school beat too. We're gonna go.
That was an old group I used to be with. Oh man, you look, like everybody say, I ain't no rapper. I'll try.
Let's see what you can do.
Yeah. I'm like a snicker.
What?
I'm blowing through your kicker. Kicking that gang that you never be the figure. 1 stick, 2 stick, 3 sticks. I ain't never gonna stop in that beat through the.
How about you ain't a rapper? You over here spitting bars. I was about to put a hook on that.
Yeah,
Man.
put a hook on. What a hook at, baby.
I was gonna throw a hook on that, man.
Hey man, can I give a quick shout out real quick?
Man, you can do whatever you want to do on the Spivey Show, man.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to God. And then I'm gonna give a shout out to my parents, Kathy and Charlie.
There it
I
is.
want to give a shout out to my brother Jemima. I'm gonna give a shout out to my beautiful daughters, Amari and Misan, their mothers, Tamara and Stephanie, my best friend, Candy. Hey,
There it is.
and I want to give a big shout out to another friend that's been a big supporter of mine because one time my car went out
Mhm.
and she made sure that I get to all my gigs.
Ain't nothing like that.
Man, Jessica Bell, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And to all my co-workers for dealing with me when I have to leave work early.
Say to get to that
To
gig.
get to that gig, man, I want to give
Right.
a shout out to my boss and my friends up there, man, being supportive and coming out to see me play. And don't forget Polyester Players at the office every Thursday night, except for the first Thursday. Come on now, because you might see my man Spivey out
I
there
slide through every now and
on the
then.
drums or on the keys.
I slide through every now and then.
Man, every time you come, you getting on those drums, Doc. You getting on those drums.
I
Doc.
love it too. I love getting back on there, man. I'm just saying, I got to get my wind up. I'll be tired.
Oh, come on.
That
now.
first song, man, I'll be arms be hurting.
Catch the Charlie horse in that kick leg. I done caught many of them bad boys.
Yeah. So we definitely gonna get it in. So like you say, man, go support them on them Thursdays and what time y'all get started on it? 8?
Yeah, we get started about like 8. We say 7:30 because we want people to put them cheeks in them seats and the
Right.
face in the place.
There it is, y'all. So go and support her, man. Once again, another great Detroit drummer, man, doing this thing. Not Detroit. Pontiac. There where you from, right?
Pontiac in the building.
There it is, Pontiac.
About
The P town, the Yak town, what
Yak
we
Town,
call
you
it.
know, Metro Detroit drummers. That's what we like. to
There it
call
is.
ourselves.
There it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all Michigan love, baby. So
For sure.
and because we got people from all around, man. It's great. Marcus Hunter's from Muskegon. So we my bad, y'all. We gotta
Trying to get
I
somebody
want-
to rap. You ain't trying
I'm working it all myself. I ain't got my co-host. I ain't got my sound lady today. So, but you know how we do on the Spivey Show. We got to keep it rolling. But once again, man, we want to just thank you for coming on the Spivey Show. We appreciate your time and your
Thank
story.
you and the artist back there, man.
Yeah, there it is, Mr.
Tyus,
William
man.
Tyus. Yeah. So y'all go support him, man. And you're welcome back anytime, man. Let us know you got anything going on. You come on back on the Spivey Show and let us know. Y'all put your hands together for none other than Mr. Darnell Randolph, the drummer boy.
It's the Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It's the Spivey Show. Yeah. The Spivey Show.
There it is, y'all. That's another one in the books, y'all. I had to hold it down by myself today, but it was a great show. I enjoyed both guests. We want to thank our guests for today, Miss Summer Wolf and Mr. Darnell Randolph, the drummer boy. We had a great show today. I was excited. Now, don't forget, no show next week. We will not be on next week. I know, don't cry, but there won't be a no show next week. We'll be taking a small break, but we'll be coming right back August 2nd with brand new guests. We'll have some in-person guests as well. So y'all come on back August 2nd and join us for that show. But don't forget, next week we won't be here. Stop crying. I know, stop crying. We won't be here next week, but we'll return back August 2nd with another great show. But again, we want to thank our guests this week, Miss Summer Wolf and Darnell Randolph. Thank y'all for coming out. We want to thank Mr. Curtis Huffman and the Taste of Smoke Barbecue. Yeah, and we want to thank our producer, Miss Andrea LB and DetroitHotRadio.com. We want to thank Mr. Peter Pete back there for hooking up our segment with Where Are They Now? We want to thank him as well. We want to thank our crew, Mr. William back there on the camera. Miss Mimi, she's not here today, but we want to thank her anyway when she's on the sound. We want to say get well soon to Miss Auntie Niecy Cam. Get well soon. We'll see you back on August 2nd, hopefully sitting in the chair right here next to me. And then we want to thank you, y'all, because we know you didn't have to listen. You didn't have to pay attention, but you did. So we appreciate you. Go tell somebody. Share, like, comment. Share, like, and comment. And let somebody know what we're doing over here on the Spivey Show. Always remember, live to shine and shine on. How? See you in the squalor. Motherfucker.
It's the Spivey Show. Yeah, what up, Detroit? Welcome to the Spivey Show. Welcome, everybody.